When the first Bioshock game came out back in 2007, it created a storm in the industry. A revolutionary new take on the first-person shooter that favoured mature adult storytelling over gung-ho machismo, it blew the minds of gamers everywhere. After a sequel that, while acclaimed, failed to capture the innovation of its predecessor, Bioshock is back, this time with Infinite. The question is, does it meet the high quality that it's expected to, or would the franchise have been better off staying underwater? In Bioshock Infinite, you play as Booker DeWitt, a man with some serious debts to settle. To settle these debts, he is requested to return a girl by the name of Elizabeth to New York City. Like the first game, the whole event starts with a lighthouse, only this time you aren't going down, you're going up. The truly amazing thing about Bioshock Infinite is its setting of Columbia. This city in the sky is every bit as imaginative as Rapture once was, and the moment the clouds part and you see it for the first time will likely remain one of gaming's greatest moments for a long time to come. This rich setting does not let go throughout the entirety of the game. The developers at Rational all need but a few drinks for the monumental achievement they have accomplished in bringing the world to life. Where Rapture was grimy yet serene, Columbia is vibrant and beautiful. There is literally never a moment in the entire game where you aren't stood in a place where there isn't something worth looking at. Propaganda posters, puppet shows, and even little fairground mini-games all do an amazing job of not only entertaining the player visually, but also really selling Columbia as this amazing yet believable place. The city in the sky isn't all bells and whistles though. Beneath its gorgeous architecture and stunning exterior lies a great political battle, deep-seated racism, and a God-fearing population following in an almost cult-like manner their religious leader. In ways, it acts as a companion piece to the original. Where the first Bioshock imagined a world where the curiosity of science became out of control, Infinite shows us the dangers of a land led completely by a religion filled with bigotry. It handles the entire thing extremely well, painting a portrait of a fictional dystopia that, while completely fantastical, is also worryingly relatable. It's games like Infinite that handle mature subject matter that should be celebrated as great advancements in storytelling within the medium, and it acts as a fantastic poster boy for just how relevant gaming can be in today's age. Of course, none of that would matter gameplay wise if it still played like crap, but fortunately this couldn't be further from the truth. Combat is satisfying, weapons feel suitably powerful, and Vigor, tonics taking on the role of plasmids, offers some fantastic gameplay mechanics. Mixing and matching traditional firepower with chemically enhanced prowess proves to be an enjoyable task right up until the very end. Other clever mechanics help the player enjoy a much more streamlined experience too. A short while in the game you meet Elizabeth, who throughout the remainder of your playthrough will almost always be present. At first I was worried this would make the entire thing an escort mission, but design choices mean Elizabeth is more of a help than a hindrance. Outside of combat she can pick locks for you and find you money, and in combat she provides other useful help, like pinpointing locations of the more dangerous enemies and providing you with a steady flow of ammo and health. It is also revealed early on that Elizabeth has the power to create tears in reality, merging an element of an alternate reality with her own. This acts as not just a plot device, but also a useful skill in combat, as she can be used to conjure up cover that otherwise isn't there, or summon a mounted gun at a tactical position. Only one thing can be used at a time however, which adds a whole extra layer of strategy to all fights. Speaking of Elizabeth, she's a fantastically written character, and we could do with more females like her in games. At first she comes across as a bubbly naive sort reminiscent of Rapunzel in the Disney film Tangled. Through time she matures in a very believable way, but never to the point where she is removed of her personality. Her animation is very well done and helps add to an already great character and enhance an already great story.
What could be better than this?
But to say any more would be to spoil it. There is only one negative thing I can say about the whole game, and that is, at some occasions, it can feel quite linear. While there are a lot of open-ended environments, sometimes I found that big open areas was on occasion just an illusion, when really there was a clear set path right in front of you. This only happens a few times, and is most noticeable during set pieces, but such sequences are otherwise so interesting it does little to deter from the overall experience. Other than that, I can honestly say that this game is near perfect and an absolute instant classic. I could say much more on the matter and go on and on for days in all the ways this game succeeds, but all you need to know is that it's phenomenal, as everything else I could say will only be enhanced if you discover it alone. So what are you waiting for? Go play it, and play it soon before someone spoils the oh so excellent climax.